generate a report, hand this off to Microsoft, and be in compliance with that in the environment. Now, again, this all depends on your licensing schema that you have with the software vendor. But if they accept this type of reporting, then you know what? You shouldn't have a problem with your actual licensing. Yet you're putting your application on a XenApp server. You're delivering to everybody, but you're only allowing certain devices or certain individuals to be able to launch it based on your licensing rules. Okay. Now, within the Management Console, the other feature that I was talking about is called User Rights Management. So real quickly, I just want to show you this. I'm going to add a policy in here, and I'm going to come under this policy rule. You can call it rename, and we can say, make, admin, and whatever you want to call it. And I come over here, and I'm going to add a simple action. And I'm going to browse my environment, and I'm just going to find my local admin account here. So I can just come in here and say, find now. And there's my, so where's my administrators? Let's see, allow, let's see, it's domain admin. We'll say domain admins. You can elevate them to whatever you want within your environment. There it is. So elevate to domain admin. So I applied a simple rule, and I'm going to say add membership here. You could say drop membership. So if anybody did have domain admin rights and you want to drop it based on an application, you can drop it. So now that I said that, I said elevate somebody to a domain admin, and I just created a rule. It's not applied to anybody. And then I'm going to come into the user environment, and I can say based on, let's say, a single device. If they're on that Windows 7 device that I created earlier, I can come in here, right-click, add, and we can then add that elevated rights within that user's environment, and we can say elevate their information within there and then elevate those actual rights. Come up here because add, and then we'll just say we can add a group or a rule or whatever, and then we can add that configuration so when they actually go to click on an application that requires elevation, like that wireless that I demonstrated earlier or I talked about earlier, or if they need to change the time or they need to join it to the network, whatever, we can elevate their rights or de-elevate their rights based on the functionality of the app or the actual rights that the apps require. So a lot of features within Application Manager as well. And just keep in mind that AM deals with security, license control, and elevating users' rights as needed per application. This way you have a little bit more secure environment. Now, so far, ladies and gentlemen, I've talked about two products today. One deals with Environment Manager. One that deals with the policy and the personalization, allowing you to migrate within that VDI space, allowing you to be able to move users extremely easy, and as well as allowing those users to go from VDI to desktop to terminal service, however they're delivering that, whatever mechanism that you're using, they have the same look and feel regardless. Also helps you get prepared for that Windows 7 migration. The other product is the Application Manager. Again, deals 100% with that security in the environment, making sure they're locked down, because a lot of policies and a lot of procedures would have to go in there if you used AD, because, again, you got to make sure that that VDI space is locked down. Keep in mind, a lot of companies and individuals forget. They go, well, if I'm using VDI, I'll do a non-persistent. So as soon as they log off, we wipe the OS. It's not that big of a deal. What about the time they were currently logged in? They could have affected your network. They could have caused some issues. Security really helps there. The Application Manager is that solution. Now, AppSense does actually have another product, which is Performance Manager. I'm not going to talk about it today, but I'll talk about it for just a second. High-level overview, and I'm not going to demo it, I guess I should say. But Performance Manager is the optimization of the CPU and the memory. For those of you that are on the call that do have Citrix XenApp, and you're looking to add more users to the server, we'll increase that by about 30 to 35%. So you're going to see a lot more users per Citrix XenApp environment and servers. For your virtual desktops, your VDI space, and local fat desktops, you're only going to see about a 5 to 10% increase. But the actual truly advantage and the true advantage to that actual software is when you definitely put it on that XenApp environment. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pass this back over to Valerie, and I want to thank you for your time today. And if anybody does have any questions, she's going to read those, and we'll see if we can get those answered. And again, after the call, if you have any more questions about AppSense and you want to see a demo on site or you want to talk more with AppSense, please contact CentriNet, and they'll be more than happy to schedule an appointment with us so we can make sure we spend some one-on-one time. Again, thank you all. Valerie?
Thank you, Dan. We have a handful of questions here. We don't have time for them all, but if we don't get to yours, you can be sure that we will call you and talk to you one-on-one about your question. Let's see here. We will start with Jeff wants to know, can you prevent screen prints and captures with AppSense?
Yes, we sure can. So again, we're not going to basically, prevent somebody from taking a camera within their environment, preventing that from happening. But we do have a feature within Environment Manager, and I'll quickly click on it right here. But we have the ability, if I come up here under Keyboard Wizard, if somebody was to actually click on the, let's see, function, I don't know, print screen, whatever, we would actually detect that they actually hit something. I hit my right arrow key, so it actually detected me hitting the right arrow key. If I hit on the up arrow key, it detected the up arrow key. So if we want to prevent them from clicking a certain key or a function, we then can select all applications, or if it's that Notepad app, or even inside our own application, I just said they're not allowed to use the up arrow key if they're in the AM console. So most definitely, we can go above and beyond to prevent screen captures in that environment along with those conditions. Now, are we going to prevent from screen scraping tools that they download from the Internet or somebody pulling out a camera? No, but with Application Manager, we can prevent them from installing that screen scraping tool. So we can definitely get as secure as you can get with preventing that from happening. Good question.
Thanks. And we have another one here from Ken. He wants to know if the lockdown feature works with Lotus Notes client.
Yes, it does. So can I say all versions in the environment? No, I can't say all versions, but it is depending on the version. The best way is honestly download the AppSense tool, very quickly just highlight over the application. And again, when we do the lockdown tool, just to kind of show you here, if I want to lock down a function, I just click on it, highlight over an area. If I let go of my mouse button and it can't actually get into the area to lock it down, I'm going to get a screen like this that basically doesn't give me an option to be able to lock down the environment. But if I open something like, let's say, we'll go into my computer, we'll go into the actual area right here. I'll click on Lockdown again, highlight over that area, right over here, over in this giant box right there. If there's an area I can lock down, oh, it's not allowing me to grab that one, but you would actually give you the ability to be able to take away that function and feature. Let's see if I can do it again over on this side. There we go. Items removed. Click OK. So again, you know, it's not on everything, but for the most part, so I actually could go in here and prevent a user from browsing the network within my computer and be able to accessing these functionality over here. So it is definitely something you would have to test. I do know I have worked within Lotus Notes for prevented certain things. The later versions that are out there, we have to stay up with the code. So definitely going to have to test it.
Okay, thank you, Dan. It looks like we are almost out of time for this session. So if we didn't get to your question, we will get in touch with you later today. I'd like to thank our presenter, Dan, and everyone who attended today. I know you guys are busy, so we appreciate it. Don't forget, we have 3 more Building Blocks of Virtualization sessions that we will be covering in the next few weeks. If you come in next week, same time, same place, we will be discussing virtualization assessments with the Liquidware Labs founder, Tyler Roher. That should be really exciting. If you haven't already, you can register for that webinar or any combination of the rest of the webinars in this series at our website at www.centrinetcorp.com. And there will be recorded versions of this session and all the rest of the sessions as we go along. And if I can get in one more quick plug, we're really excited here at CentriNet about an in-person event that we have scheduled for a couple weeks from now on August 24th. Featuring the Chief Strategy and Marketing Officer of WISE Technology, Jeff McNaught. So if you're in the Atlanta area, I highly recommend registering for this Lunch and Learn. Again, it's on our website. Jeff is a really great speaker, and he's going to be talking to us about his take on the future of the virtualization industry. So if you're interested in that, you can either send us an email at sales@centrinetcorp.com or go onto our website again and sign up there. If you have any questions or would like any additional information on this topic or virtualization in general, give us a call. Our number is 678-373-0440, or you can send us an email at sales@centrinetcorp.com. Okay? Thank you, everybody, for coming, and I hope you all have a great day.